Matt Gray is here.
I am.
On the Blaze Radio Network.
Thank you for noticing. Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Phone number. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. If you'd like to tweet at us, with us, to us, whatever the word is there. So, those are your instructions for the day. Wow, we got a lot of stuff. I mean, we need to get to it because we've got the Uvalde video. Wow. I don't know who put this together, but it's really something. It's
amazing.
Really amazing footage where you see pretty much what he does before, during, and after. It's incredible.
You also see what the
police did.
Officers were doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's really the key to it. Because what are you doing? Nothing. Frankly, nothing for much of the time. They're doing nothing.
I mean, at the very beginning, it's like we're on it, and then
they get. We'll show you. We'll show you. We also have the angry old man strikes again.
Yes, he does.
This was it a presidential picnic?
Yeah, he had a little picnic that brought people together, and he was opining for the good old days of everybody getting along.
Oh, yeah. When he got along with the segregationist.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, the guy that got him in trouble in the first place. He's talking about him again. How much he loves this guy.
Yes.
Well, I wonder if you should keep your mouth shut about that. Huh. Kind of weird.
He won't, though.
He won't.
He won't.
No, he will not, because he's gone. He's quite frankly gone. And this Berkeley professor, maybe you've heard this, but I don't know if I can get through it. It is outrageous.
Well, I don't know what
it's outrageous.
I don't know what you sent. What I sent was about a minute and a half long or something. So I'm pretty sure you can get through it in 30 minutes anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
It's amazing.
We shall see.
Audio.
Yeah,
it is. I'm glad I wasn't actually watching the entire hearing.
Oh, me too.
Because it would have been maddening.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I apologize for even staying away from that. They had the January 6th committee going on yesterday. I just can't watch these people.
Oh, the January 6th thing is nuts.
I just can't.
It's nuts. Can we move past it? It was a riot, okay? It was not an insurrection.
It just wasn't.
It was a riot.
And you're not going to convince me that somebody retweeted a tweet and that could have caused the fall of America.
No way.
Come on now.
No way.
Sorry. No.
Pathetic.
I don't believe it.
They're pathetic. You know, and they came up with that thing. We mentioned this yesterday from the Oath Keeper. I don't think it was even one of the leaders in Oath Keepers, but they supposedly found a death list in his house.
At his home, yeah.
And he absolutely, fervently denies it. And I believe him. There's no way you've had a death list. Get out of here. Get out. It's bull crap.
You don't keep one of those in the desk drawer?
I really don't.
Underneath a couple of envelopes?
And especially after everybody's yelling and screaming about this insurrection that happened, if I had a death list, I'm getting rid of it. You know, before the police get there.
You know what, though? I had so many.
Yeah, right.
I forgot about that one.
Oh, yeah.
I got rid of the others.
The sock drawer death list. Oh, darn it. Should have gotten that one. But, all right, let's show you Joe Biden going psycho again as he's confronted by bad polls with the reporter here.
Mr. President, what's your message to Democrats who don't want you to run again?
They want me to run.
No.
Two-thirds say they don't.
The poll.
Yeah, you did.
Read the
polls, Jack.
All the same. That poll showed that 92% of Democrats, if I ran, would vote for me.
A majority of Democrats say they don't want you to run again in 2024.
92% said if I did, they'd vote for me.
Read the polls, Jack.
Yeah.
A, my name's not Jack, you lying sack. It just shows what an a-hole he is.
Well, he's at the picnic.
Read the polls, Jack.
He's at the picnic unifying everyone.
You're right. Right. Talking about unity, and then he does this. You guys are all the same. Yeah, they really treat you poorly, don't they? Those reporters are just all all after you. They're just desperately trying to get you out of office. So ridiculous. B, address the fact that 64% of Democrats don't want you to run. That's an unbelievable statistic. Oh, if I did, 92% of them said they'd vote for me. No, that's what they said was in a choice between you and Donald Trump. That's all they have. Of course, 92% are going to pick Biden.
Your people.
Of course they're going to. They hate Donald Trump with a passion.
Oh, yeah.
If that's the only choice, yes, 92% of them are going to go Joe Biden. That's like being asked if Mitt Romney were the only choice other than Hillary Clinton, who are you going to pick? I don't know. Mitt Romney? I think so, yeah. Despite the fact I can't stand Mitt Romney, if there's two of them there in the race and I have to choose between one of them, between the two of them, I'm picking Mitt Romney on that one.
Yeah, I mean.
You know, it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Read the poll, Jack. Read. 92% of people wouldn't vote for Trump. They'd vote for me, even though all I could do is think about pudding all day. He is an angry old man.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Oh, man.
When he comes at the guy like he's about ready to fight. It's the look fat look, kind of thing. What do you want to go a few rounds? You want to do some push-ups?
Go.
You want to go do a marathon? You want to run around the block? Huh? What do you want to do?
You just square up on me? Come here. I'm the president.
He's ready to fight.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to put him down someday. Just punch him right in the face. Punch him right in his stupid face.
You can be tough when you have security.
Right, yeah. Yeah, when you got the Secret Service all around you. And look he had quite an entourage there that's traveling with him, that's walking around with him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it all over.
You guys are all the same. That poll showed that 92% of the Democrats would vote for me.
I mean,
a majority of Democrats say they don't want you to run again in 2024.
92% said if I did, they'd vote for me.
Yeah, why don't you address what he's asking you? What is that? What do you say to those Democrats? 64% of them don't want you to run. That's incredible. In the New York Times. The New York Times poll. 64 to 26% do not want him to run to want him to run. That's crazy. That's an amazing statistic.
It sure is. And it's not really surprising. I mean, he's
terrible.
out of it, right? I mean, terrible's a good word.
Yeah, he's
terrible's a good word.
I don't
know that it's strong enough, but
no,
it's a good word.
It's not strong enough. He's a catastrophe. He really is. And for Democrats to not want him to run again, that tells you a lot. And then he tries to just excuse all of that with a 92% thing. Well, yeah, if it's Donald Trump or you, yeah, they're going to pick you. I think we understand that.
Yes.
But even Hispanics have abandoned him. Blacks are beginning to abandon him. They're not tacos. And she apologized for that, Jill. Biden, by the way, apologized.
Blah, blah, blah. So
yeah.
what?
Yeah,
Shut
yeah.
up.
That's not who I am. That's always their excuse. That's not who I am, isn't it? Then why did you do it? Why did you say it? Right. What do you mean? Yeah, you never give that excuse to a Republican who says something stupid.
No. That's exactly who they are.
You're right. Right. So, I mean, one comment like that and you're done forever. You're just removed from society. You're canceled. So don't give me that. That's not who I am stuff. That is who the Bidens are.
Yes.
I mean, they're awful. They're awful people. Joe Biden, Jill Biden, the brother Biden. Is it James? What's his stupid name? Hunter Biden. I mean, come on. What a family. Jeez. They might as well be the Corleones. Come on. I don't know if they're killing people, but I wouldn't put anything past them, frankly. I mean, they're despicable.
The Clintons for that.
Despicable. Yeah, you got the Clintons who are doing enough of that for everybody.
Clintons take care of that.
Yeah. Joe probably calls him and says, hey, I got somebody for you.
That's right.
So can you arrange an airplane accident again?
Hillary's the
how about a suicide?
The Luca Brazzi. Just call Hillary.
Yeah.
Just call her. She'll take care of it.
Maybe a suicide on this one. I don't know. Shoot him in the head and hang himself.
I don't want to tell you how to do your job.
No,
you go ahead.
But go ahead. Maybe you can do it better than you've done it recently, because the guy who hung himself and shot himself with a shotgun in the chest, that was weird. That was just really weird. And so
it doesn't often happen like that.
No, it doesn't. That's the first time I've ever heard of it happening like
really?
that. Really? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You heard a lot of those?
No, I have not.
Where a guy hangs himself and while he's hanging himself, shoots himself in the chest with a shotgun.
Say you got to be sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. And he was. I guess he was pretty sure there. So there you go. There you go.
Incredible.
Oh, man.
And there's, the some of the pictures from the picnic where he is saying hello to all the little kids.
Oh, there's one right there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Don't sniff him.
It's, he's...
Oh, my.
It's the whole day.
The whole day. He's out there looking for little girls and little boys.
It's amazing. I know that he's just, glad
he just loved the
handing.
children,
Yes.
that's all.
I know.
He's like Michael. He
I
just
know.
loved
And
it.
he's the president.
Lot
He's
of
got to say
children.
hello, and he's trying to, unify and come together at the picnic, but it
lot
just
of 12-year-old boy children
seems
and the 12-year-old girl children.
awkward.
It does. And it seems perverted because
It does.
we've got the little girl who said on Twitter, she was asked about whether or not Joe Biden, during one of those pictures, actually reached down and pinched her nipple. She was 11 at the time. She was 14, months ago? It's been 6 months, maybe even a year ago now. And nobody ever followed up on it. Nothing was ever said about it in the mainstream press.
Well, it's not like she knows if someone grabbed her nipple or not.
Well, no, she does. She knows. And now she's 14 years old, and somebody asked her, hey, did Joe Biden pinch your nipple? She said, yes, he did. Yes, he did.
This is amazing.
So,
And there's footage of his bike, the past couple weekends, the bike ride, of course, he had the fall. And then he went bike riding again to prove that he's not going to fall every time.
right.
And meet and greet the people, and people were hollering at him and heckling him, but he did stop and take some pictures. And it has a video of him sniffing this girl's hair while he's taking a picture after the bike ride. They come,
Wow, I smell that.
oh,
Yep.
oh.
It's
Reach
so
down and talk to
creepy.
him. What?
And she moves away from him. It's so creepy. He does that every time.
I know.
Don't you understand that's not cool to do? What are you getting intimately close like that with kids you don't know is just not cool.
I mean, it really isn't cool with even kids you know.
No, it's not.
I'll give you kids you know. All right, I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
But
the kids you don't know, it's definitely not cool. It may or may not be cool with kids you know. Right? If you're just leaning down and whispering something in their ear and then you move away. But he is so creepy when he does
the lingering.
that. Yeah.
The lingering thing is just ease up, Joe.
Yeah.
Ease up.
Get off me.
Yeah.
Get off me. That's just nasty.
And almost every child backs away.
Yeah.
Their
they do.
initial instinct is, whoa, what are you?
Yes, they do.
Why are you coming up on me like that?
Yeah, I know. But he keeps doing it. I don't think he can help himself. So that tells you a little something
maybe
right there, doesn't it?
Maybe Hunter's right.
Maybe.
When
Pedo Peter.
the old Pedo Peter turns up on the phone.
I mean,
dead.
and there's something that's not getting the play it should
Oh,
either.
my gosh.
Your own son referred to you in his phone contacts as Pedo Peter?
That is a joke, right? I want people to not know that it's Joe Biden. I don't want people to know that that's
You could
your
call
number.
him Peter Henderson or whatever it was that he used, that name he used from the
Oh, yeah.
from the spy book, who was a KGB spy, by the way. And so just that is weird. Just that part is very
that's
suspicious.
That's the name you choose?
Yeah.
Is a
KGB spy? Huh. again, let's play the Trump card.
Oh, my gosh.
If Trump referred to himself as a fictitious KGB spy, what would happen?
They
called him a Russian agent anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he replied to an email, right? And,
Yeah.
And we had a 3-year investigation on him.
Right. More than that, probably.
And Hunter is, smoking crack and weighing crack and doing hookers and calling his dad, making deals in Ukraine and China.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, we got you. Mainstream media, we got you. Don't worry about it, Joe. Pedo Pete. Jeez.
It's incredible.
It is. It really is. All right, let me tell you about Scoremaster. You might want to wait 3 weeks before you finance any major purchase. Why 3 weeks? Because that's the average Scoremaster user. That's the average it takes them to boost his or her credit score, or their credit score, if you prefer. An average of 61 points. And 61 points added to your credit score, that could save you tens of thousands of dollars on everything you finance. Scoremaster technology was developed by credit data scientists to boost your credit score higher and faster than you ever thought possible. None of this, I raised my credit score 7 points. Ooh, wow, I'll bet that helped. Huh, wow. Scoremaster is so easy. It only takes maybe a minute to get started, and you don't have to wait months to get your best credit score. Like the average is 3 weeks. So, how many points can you add to your credit score? Go visit scoremaster.com/Pat for the special 7-day trial that I got you. I worked hard on that. I really did. Nobody else can. Nobody else. You won't hear another person say that.
Really?
Yeah, I worked my fingers to the bone to get that 7-day special, that trial special.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Scoremaster.com/Pat. That's scoremaster.com/Pat.
Pat Ray.
Plus, I was sent a new video from Bryson Gray, and it's called Hunter Biden Hacked.
Okay.
And it's a rap song. But they're singing, he's singing about the Bidens. And it's amazing.
Is it? It's good?
You're like, wow, that is going to be mainstream. I mean, it's available on Apple iTunes right now.
Do we have it?
I hope so.
And here it is.
They gonna hate me for this one.
This is a couple minutes long. We don't need to air the whole thing probably, but it's really
You know what's
pretty
really
good.
wild? Got your own son calling you a pedophile. Why you getting called that by your own child? It say Pedo Peter every time the phone down. Wow. Hunter arguing with hookers while he wearing crack. Whoa. They call it a conspiracy, but I'm saying facts. Whoa. In the mansion up in Cali, but who pay for that? Whoa. The media gon' cover it up like he ain't get hacked. Whoa. Here we go again. If it was Trump Jr., it would be on CNN. This what happens when you rich, but you a slave to sin. This what happens when the devil knock you let him in. I don't care about who this offends. Buying crime family, they all belong in the pen. Buying loves minors, that's the real BLM. Call me what you want, but at least I ain't a damn. Wait, hold up, don't get mad at me.
Right?
Really good.
I mean,
why he recording all that? What's the strategy? If you do incest, you probably do bestiality. Hey, the president's son is a crackhead, but you the smartest guy. He know that's what your dad said. Is he the real president or a jack led? Why is everyone that voted for your dad dead? You know it's really wild. Got your own son calling you a pedophile.
Wow.
Why you getting called that by your own child? It say Pedo Peter every time the phone down. Wow. Hunter arguing with hookers while he wearing crack. Whoa. They call it a conspiracy, but I'm saying facts. Whoa. In the mansion up in Cali, but who pay for that? Whoa. The media gon' cover it up like he ain't get hacked. Whoa. All the women in your phone, can we check the age? Wasn't you on Epstein Island? Can we check the page? Hunter needs to be in prison, put him in the cage. I thought he was
Really well
crazy,
done,
but
too.
he
It's
ain't changed his
fantastic.
ways. And that ain't working for charisma. How he get a raise? 10% for the big guy who all getting paid. I still don't know why he recorded. Is it blackmail? But do you really think any of them will go to jail? They say
Nope.
all of them will go to hell. You a lame Hunter and your daddy lame as well. It's obvious, but if you blind and read it in braille, will the corruption never end? Only time will tell. President's son is a crackhead, but you the smartest guy. He know that's what your dad said. Is he the real president or a jack led? Why is everyone that voted for your dad dead? You know it's really wild. Got your own
Wow,
son,
that's
calling
good.
You a pedophile. Why you getting called that by your own child? It say pedo
Gives me
every
chills.
time the phone down.
Just give me these chills.
Arguing with hookers while they wearing crack. Whoa, they call it a conspiracy, but I'm saying facts. Whoa, in the mansion up in Cali, but don't pay for that. Whoa, the media gon' cover it up like he ain't get hacked. Whoa.
The
Bryson
real
Gray.
Bryson Gray. That is awesome. Wow. Now, I'm not exactly the world's leading authority on rap music.
Really?
Yeah. It'll surprise a lot of people.
Was that ever voted on?
I don't think so. So maybe I am. Maybe I am because it's never been voted on. You're right.
Okay.
But that's brilliantly done. That's good stuff. That's really good stuff. That should go mainstream.
I hope it does.
Wow. Is that available on Spotify?
I don't think so. It may be, but I saw that it was released on Apple on iTunes. Right
Oh,
now.
okay.
But if it's when you're starting to get beat up
Mm-hmm.
in the music world,
Mm-hmm.
maybe what you're doing is making a little bit of a dent.
Yeah. Yeah. Is he getting a lot of crap for that? I would guess.
I don't know.
I'll bet he is. He probably just released it, but he's going to get some flack for that. 888-900-3393. But brilliant. I mean,
Absolutely.
really good. I mean, it's got everything we've been talking about right there in the
it
song.
Does.
Summarizes it quite nicely.
Yes, it does.
Jeez. Also, the World Health Organization said yesterday COVID-19 remains a global emergency. Nearly 2.5 years after it was first declared.
Yeah.
The emergency committee, made up of independent experts, said in a statement rising cases, ongoing viral evolution, and pressure on health services in a number of countries meant that the situation was still an emergency. Anybody getting tired of this yet? I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
Although I'm looking at the 7-day average of COVID infection cases. It's 134,000, and that's well up from
Back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they're saying. I know what's her face, Walensky from the CDC said yesterday that everybody, they are still. In fact, we might have what Walensky said yesterday, but she talked about get your boosters.
Do we have it?
Get your
Many
boosters.
Americans are under-vaccinated, meaning they are not up to date on their COVID-19 vaccines.
So
Not
doesn't
all
stop it.
people over the age of 50
Doesn't
have
stop it.
received their
in
first
fact-
booster dose. Of those who've received their first booster dose, only 28% of those over 50 have received a second booster dose.
Put them in
And of
prison.
those over the age of
Put 'em in
65,
prison.
only
She would like to.
34% have received their second booster
Bastards.
dose.
I hate
So
them.
my message right now is very simple.
What is
it's
it? What is
essential that these Americans, as Dr. Shaw said, get their second booster shot right away.
Get that booster shot.
Get it right away.
Get
It
it
doesn't
away.
help
Be
anything.
up to date.
But
Get
I
that
want you to
booster
have
shot.
it because we got something special in it for you. We got a little chip in there that will help us monitor you. So if you ever get kidnapped, we'll be able to find you. Yeah. So that's great.
Chip.
There's no chip
Shut up.
that we know of.
Haven't grown a third tail. Thank you. Thank you.
But why go out and get the shots when they don't work? They honestly don't stop you from getting the infection.
No, and in fact-
well, they stop you from getting serious disease. How do you know that? How do you know I wouldn't have had the exact same experience had I not gotten the shot than after I got the shot? You don't know. You don't know. That's the actual truth of it. They don't know. I got it without having it, and I survived it quite nicely. Thank you. And hopefully, if I get it again, I'll survive it again.
I mean, I'm twice
see.
vaccinated.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I still got
you got
it.
the full vaccination,
From Moderna, yeah.
Yeah.
Both doses. I'm not.
but you're not boosted.
I've not been boosted.
Well,
And-
she's telling you to get out and get boosted
well,
right
if you're
now.
over 50.
Yeah.
So, but
She didn't mention over 100, but I think it still
she did
applies,
not.
Jeffy. So
Twice
Thank
vaccinated.
you. That's right.
my gang sign.
so stupid. So it's 134,043 new cases, the 7-day average right now. Last year at this time, it was 27,221. The deaths are up a little bit too. 410 is the average. I mean, that's a lot lower than it was, during the height of this, but it's higher than the last few months.
Right.
410. Last year it was 258. So it is definitely worse than last year at this time.
And I was going to mention this during chewing, but they talk about how there's the new Omicron BA.5 is the highly contagious subvariant, and it's now the dominant Omicron subvariant.
Yeah,
and it's saying that that's what the wave of infections are. I mean, that's the infections around the globe, and one of the things that a sign that you have Omicron B5 is night sweats. So if you're getting
night sweats, you definitely have COVID.
Or
it's 1,000 degrees outside and you're hot. It could be that.
Maybe
I don't know.
Through your chains.
Probably COVID. Is there a time when you don't sweat?
Not really.
No, I didn't think so. So, I mean, it is so hot right now in Texas that everybody has night sweats. Come on. Unless you're keeping your air conditioning at like 30 degrees.
Which I am not.
Me neither.
I was asked to voluntarily raise my thermostat to 80 degrees.
Mm-hmm. And man, I couldn't do that fast enough.
Well,
I really couldn't. Especially at night when you're sleeping because it's so comfortable. To have 80 degrees in the house, 180 outside.
I remember sadly as a kid with my grandfather.
Yeah.
I remember when my dad brought home the first window air conditioner for our house.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it going in my folks' bedroom. And I was like,
what about the rest of us?
Heck?
Yeah. How do you guys rate?
My dad's like,
we pay for it?
That's right.
This is our house. We just let you live here.
Freaking closed.
Yeah.
If you wanted to cool down and turn the fan on, I got in there for you. All right.
Did it work pretty well?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you grew up in Michigan. I grew up in Montana. So air conditioners
was not a thing.
Was not a thing. Really. Nobody had it.
No.
Hardly anyone had central air.
Yeah.
And
I remember the first house we moved in that had central air. We were like kings. It was like kings.
That was one of my goals. Well, I'm going to make enough money to have central air conditioning. I'm going to have central air when I grow up. Yeah. And it worked out. I do
Still,
have central
that's
air.
Awesome.
Yeah,
think how great that is.
When I moved to Utah, still very few people had, even though they have really hot summers in Utah. But
yeah, they do.
But very few had central air. They all had, at the time, swamp coolers. Did you ever have a swamp cooler? You can't have those in humid areas because they work off the dryness and then they produce vapor that sprays your house and makes it cooler.
We didn't have any swamps in Michigan, so I didn't have a swamp cooler, no.
Yeah. It's not based on a swamp, Jeffy, but thank you for that. That's intelligent as always.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
All right. Coming up next, we have to share this Berkeley professor who was testifying before the Senate, and Josh Hawley from Missouri had some great questions for her, and it was quite a back and forth. It just shows you where we are at this point. I mean, we have come so far so fast. It's mind-boggling what a professor could actually testify to. Really? You're a professor?
Law professor
you're
at Berkeley.
Teaching students this garbage? Are you really? Okay. That's great. We'll get into that. Also, we have the Uvalde video. If you haven't seen this, it is really compelling and striking at how bad the action of many of the cops was. And I think, supposedly they were told to stay away. I don't know. But we'll show you that video coming up as well.
On the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where the Steve42 tweets, the Twitter explosion over Josh Hawley and the UC professor exemplifies the two distinct worlds of modern society. One is real, one is psychotic. Yeah, you're going to see that in just a minute if you haven't heard the exchange. Incredible. From Vern Lundquist, Biden didn't even bother asking for that reporter's pronouns and went straight to Jack. It's a good point. Good point. We don't know if it's he, him, she, her, they, them. We don't know.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care about the guy's pronouns. Jeffy's missing finger tweets another day of Joe being an ass and screwing up numbers. 92%. Really? Again, President Bully ass. The 92% is actually
He did
a
actually
correct
get
number.
the number correct.
Yeah. It is 92% of Democrats who would vote for him if he ran. Well, yeah, because the alternative they presented was Trump.
Right.
And they hate Trump way too much to vote for Biden, even though they know he's a senile a-hole.
I mean,
incompetent, and has screwed up our country and our economy to the point where who knows if we can fix it at this point. I think we can. I hope we can. But we're going to need to, change things dramatically in November. That's for sure. But yeah, the 92% thing is real. It's just a stupid
the whole thing
number.
is based on his presentation of that correct number is wrong.
Yeah, as Rowdy Introvert tweets, read the polls, Jack. Democrats see me as the lesser of two evils if I were to run against the person they see as Hitler. And there you have it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on.
No kidding.
There. And from Dan the Man, hey, CDC lady, people are not getting their booster because they don't believe a thing you say anymore. And that's true.
That does seem like
That's
a fair
true.
statement.
And Fauci is out there talking about how ineffective the boosters are, but get them anyway.
Yeah,
I mean,
there was another
wow.
there was another scientist, doctor, whatever, that was talking about how the boosters were enhancing people getting the infection.
Right, we had that a couple of weeks ago.
We
talked about that.
Okay.
Well, so yeah, let me run out and get a bunch of them. We get all kinds of injections. I'd love it. Yeah, that's great. None of it makes any sense. None of it makes it. And the American people know that. And so I don't think you're going to see people running out.
The
and
scare
getting their
tactics
booster.
are pretty over. I mean, I get the numbers are going up and it still exists and people still get it. People are still testing positive around the country. And I get it, but we're just okay with that.
Yeah.
We're okay.
We just believe we're going to have to live with it now.
It's okay. You have it. You know you have it. Stay away from people for 5 or 6 days.
You don't want to get it. You'll take the normal precautions, I guess, by staying away from people or
Right.
not, whatever. But if you get it, you get it. Right? I think that's where we are now. All right. Let's get to this Josh Hawley thing. Had this Berkeley professor that they were questioning about the abortion situation. And the exchange between them is very telling about where we are in society right now.
It is.
Professor Bridges, you said several times, you've used a phrase, I want to make sure I understand what you mean by it. You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Good question.
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
So this isn't really a women's rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of
she does.
this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing that.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because of my line of questioning? So we can't talk about it?
Because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist.
He didn't do that.
No.
I'm denying that trans people exist by asking you if you're talking about women having pregnancies.
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
I'm not testifying here. You are.
So you are denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence.
No, that's
Is this
not
how you
true.
run your
That's a false
classroom?
premise.
Are students allowed to question you, or are they also treated like this, where
No,
they're told that they're opening up people to violence?
We have a good time in my class. You should join.
I bet.
You might learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot just in this exchange.
Absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Yep.
Wow.
So
and the arrogance
of
their unscientific, unrealistic viewpoint here is astounding.
So, but her question is,
wow,
I'm transphobic if I don't believe men can get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she didn't say, do you believe trans men can get pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
She said that, do you believe men can get pregnant? No, therefore you're transphobic.
And you're not denying trans exist.
Correct.
Because you're saying a man can't give birth.
Correct.
There is no way to have a decent conversation with these people. You just can't do it. They have completely abandoned reality. They don't live in the same reality as we do. If I say that only women can give birth, a trans person will then commit suicide?
Well, 1 in 5.
That is outrageous. Sorry, I don't buy that. Stop playing this stupid game. That a woman who identifies as a man can give birth. Okay, well, yeah, that person then is a woman. I don't care how they identify, but if they're giving birth, it's a woman. And you can't just change reality and science and biology by saying, well, no, they think they're a man.
Right.
That doesn't make them a man. Again, you go to if you identify as a bird, like that person last week we showed you, does that make you a bird? No, it does not. And if you say no, it does not, does that deny the existence of birds? No.
That's her argument.
That is her argument.
That's exactly her argument.
It is so asinine. And you're a Berkeley professor? She should be fired immediately.
Berkeley law professor.
Wow, that is crazy. But that's where we are.
That's for sure.
Oof. All right.
I mean, holy cow.
Oh, no. You know what reality we have now entered?
Oh, no.
Is the reality that this is Wednesday morning.
It is.
And time for chewing the fat. And I don't have the chewing the fat.
Oh, no.
Thing. Yeah. Do you have it, Corby? Oh, Corby has
we have
it.
that one. Oh, darn. We don't have the Infinity commercial music.
When you get caught between the moon and New York City.
Wasn't really ready for this.
Your name is Jeffy. The much is true. When you get stuck between the moon and New York City, the best that you can do, the best that you can do is chew the fat.
Wow.
Jeffy, he does as he pleases.
How Corby ran out too.
Nah, wow, that's weird. It's weird how that happens.
Same thing.
Nice save on that, Corby. So we don't have the 2001 Space Odyssey theme. No, he's got that too. All right, we can't do them both, but it's good to know that we have it. That they're safely tucked away.
It sure is.
Isn't it?
I wouldn't want to do without
no,
that.
you would not. And here is Jeffy with chewing the fat.
So, as we said, we have COVID-19 variants to worry about. We have monkeypox variants to worry about. But now we have Marburg virus disease to be concerned about. It's a very infectious hemorrhagic fever. Same family as Ebola. The World Health Organization says Ghana has reported 2 possible cases of the Ebola-like Marburg virus disease. It's spread by 2 people by fruit bats and transmitted among people through direct contact with bodily fluids of infected people and services. So it's potentially very harmful and deadly. Case fatality rates in the past outbreaks have ranged from 24 to 88%.
88%?
Yes. Oof.
That's
So
the highest death rate I've ever heard.
You do not want Marburg.
No, I don't. You're right.
You do not want Marburg.
Wow.
So,
and where does it come from?
Africa. This time it's showing up in Ghana. They've had cases. They've had it Angola, Congo, Kenya, South Africa, Uganda.
And it comes from animals?
Yes.
2
Fruit
people.
bats, 2 people, and then people spread it amongst themselves. Yeah, it's a zoonotic
Weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you have nausea or are vomiting, chest pain, sore throat,
You're about to
abdominal
die.
pain, diarrhea,
just know that you're about to die.
It could include jaundice, inflammation of the pancreas, weight loss, delirium, shock, liver failure,
not good.
Massive hemorrhaging, multi-organ dysfunction.
It's not an optimal day when that happens to you.
No, it is not. You are not thinking about whether a trans man can have a baby.
No, you're
at
not.
that time. I'll tell you
No,
that.
you were not.
Those days have missed you. All right. Plus, I see as of the couple days ago, they claim that we have 866 monkeypox cases
in the U.S.
In the U.S. Yeah.
866.
Yeah. So it's it's still.
It was
growing a
just
little
500 something last week.
We have
that is spreading pretty fast.
Spreading, yeah, it's spreading all over. And I know Dallas just had a few more jump up.
Really?
Yeah, there was a bathhouse spread. A few people went to a bathhouse and spread. Oh yeah.
When was the last time you went to a bathhouse?
I got to go to the bathhouse.
When was the last time you went? It's been a while for me. I was just thinking the other day, I haven't been to a bathhouse in a while.
Really?
Yeah. It's been a while.
I usually try to hit it up, once every couple of weeks. It's not the bathhouse.
No.
To be honest, completely honest, I didn't know that Dallas had a bathhouse.
I didn't either.
And there
That's
were
how long it's
pictures of
been.
it.
I haven't been to the Dallas bathhouse. So I was thinking about flying out to D.C. and going to the Senate bathhouse, where Arlen Specter hung out.
They're still going on there.
And every time John Thune walked into the Senate bathhouse, I thought, there's a Greek god, naked as a jaybird. And he'd crawl into the bath, and we'd make tender love for hours.
I feel like the Senate bathhouse is still an ongoing process in the world. I think that still happens.
Yeah, I think so.
So, but you don't have to now. There's one here in Dallas that you can go to. So that's
great.
Good. You don't have to travel. My theory on plastic surgery: 3 cuts to clown face. How about 40 plus cosmetic surgeries? Jennifer Pamplona had more than 40 cosmetic procedures over the course of 12 years.
Do we have a photo?
In a bid to emulate reality superstar Kim Kardashian.
Oh my!
She's a former Versace model and spent $600,000 on surgeries to turn herself into Kim Kardashian. And now she's busy paying hundreds of thousands of dollars
to go back,
detransition. She suffered complications during the detransition surgery, saying she was bleeding from her cheeks. I mean, it was almost like Marburg there for a second. And after developing an infection, she thought she was dying. I was thinking to myself,
really sad.
What have I done with my life? Yeah. Well, there's a side-by-side of her.
It's unconscionable that doctors went along with doing it.
And she looked a lot like Kim Kardashian. Yeah, I mean, that's a,
she probably got butt implants and all that stuff,
yes,
right?
All of it, yes. And there's there's a side by side of post surgery, with she looks like Kim and the post surgery. That was after the last.
Oof.
Holy cow,
man!
And so apparently she's done now. She says now that she was suffering from body dysmorphia. No kidding. And she's going through her detransition struggle right now. And of course, she's working on a documentary titled Addiction: The Dangers of the Operations.
It must have cost a fortune too. She must have some money somewhere.
Well, she was a model prior to starting.
She's a model,
wanting to look
and
like.
You got to do 40 surgeries to look like somebody else.
Yeah,
that's really sad.
Somebody should have said,
really sad.
Jen.
They should have said no.
Yeah,
not doing the surgery. No,
right,
there's no
Jen,
reason for it. Sorry, no, can't recommend it.
Right, but the guy decided, you know what, $600,000.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, we can do it.
Yes, you should do it.
You got to look. I can make you look just like Kim.
You know that oath I took to do no harm? That goes right out the window with $600,000.
Well, I'm not harming you. I'm helping you look like Kim Kardashian.
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
That's right.
It's funny that she spent all that money to look like Kim, and then she's only spent about $120,000. It said in the story to detransition. So, holy cow! So, I mean, it's still 3 cuts to clown face, but 40 plus to be Kim K. I mean, that's
sad.
It really is.
Sad.
It really is sad. So, I mean, we only got a couple minutes, so let's talk some sports. I see where the name change in Pittsburgh, Heinz Field, has changed. It's now a goodbye to Heinz and to Acrisure Stadium is bought the naming rights in Pittsburgh. Acrisure Stadium.
What is that?
Yes, an insurance company.
Oh wow.
Right. One of the investors in the Pittsburgh Steelers is a big Acrisure guy. And so Heinz said, hey, we tried. We worked diligently with the Steelers for several months around a naming rights deal, but their new partner willing to pay significantly more than we could justify. So they are saying now that, hey, we're still partnering with Pittsburgh, with the Steelers. We're just looking forward to next season. It's just not going to be Heinz Field.
And nobody's going to call it Acrisure. Anyway, they're just going to go with Heinz Field.
Absolutely. Well, it's been Heinz Field since it opened.
Yeah.
Right, in 2001. Mm-hmm. So apparently Acrisure is paying $150 million for 15 years. So $10 million a year.
Wow.
Not a bad deal.
Not a bad deal
so
at all.
Lose the ketchup bottles. We're getting $10 million a year from Acrisure. Those ketchup bottles can come down.
Wow.
Okay, have a nice day.
Wow.
I mean, there's other. There's SoFi is spending $30 million to sponsor the stadium in LA. Whew, I mean, that's a lot of money. Allegiant Airlines shelled out $25 million
Vegas.
A year for Raiders. Yeah. So I mean, that's big money.
Yeah,
it is a lot of money. And I see where officials were talking about putting a roof on Soldier Field. Thank you. And just like every other stadium should have a roof.
Not for football.
In the NFL.
Not for football.
Thank you. It's about freaking time.
Dead wrong on that.
Wrong. No.
All right. We're going to play the Uvalde video. You won't believe it if you haven't seen it yet.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-933-93. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Vlad's Pudding tweets, is there anyone who could follow up on the guy who got all those COVID shots for other people? How many tails does he have now? I'd like to know, because what was that?
I bet it's more than 3.
Well, was it in the 90s?
Yeah, I mean,
the shots he took?
was an incredible amount, yeah.
People were paying him to get the shot for them so that they could continue to work, which is sad that they had to do that, and a little dangerous for the guy himself.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't inject anything into me like that 90 times. No, thank you.
I heard rumors of another way that people are getting the vaccine but not getting the vaccine, and it's an amazing story. I don't know that I can tell the story here on the air now that I'm thinking about it. I shouldn't have said it out loud. But
really?
Yeah,
it's illegal, obviously.
Well, look, Pat, if you don't get caught, it's not illegal.
Also, the law is an artificial construct. Don't you think?
I do.
It really is.
I do think that, yes.
Yeah, I know you do. Official 360 pallbearer tweets, what an arrogant individual. I guess we're talking about the professor from Berkeley.
Yeah.
When that's your primary character trait, you really need to work on yourself before trying to teach others. From the ghost of Pat's 360.
Oh.
I don't want to play the identity game. You show me a pregnant person whose DNA is male, then I'll believe men can get pregnant. Well, now you're talking science, and that's just silly.
I mean,
it's
why?
Just silly.
Why do you hate trans people?
Thank you.
Someone's going to commit suicide.
Why are you denying they exist?
Thank you.
Ultra mega deplorable. And these are the people in society who believe we are crazy. I want Miss Berkeley to get me some video evidence of a man giving birth. Then I'm in. Yeah. Wouldn't that be something?
I mean, every photo that you see and every story that we have about couples and men being pregnant, it's all, they give you the whole love story of the couple and how wonderful it is. And at the very bottom, still a female.
Yeah, of course. Has to be.
Judy began to believe that he was a female 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's stuff like
Judy, who was born male.
Right.
Okay. All right. Whatever. It's nuts. It's just absolutely bat crap crazy. But that's where we are. Something else that was pretty crazy. The Uvalde situation that we've been trying to figure out since it happened. I mean, the first day, you remember the press conference, the first day after they had the press conference with Governor Abbott.
Yeah.
And he had these glowing things to say about the police and how heroic they were.
What
Because that's a
happened,
story he was told.
the timeline he had in front of him.
And then it all turned out to be bogus. All of it. They didn't do any of the things they said they did. In fact, they did a lot of dumb things that they didn't admit to for weeks in some cases. I mean, from, we tried the door to, no, they didn't even try the door. It was unlocked. I mean, the story we were told was that they went to a janitor and got a key, and that's when they finally unlocked it.
I don't know, but we see in the video that they were down there.
Yeah, they were down there, and they were
attempting
messing with the door
originally
somehow.
They were attempting to get in, yeah.
Let's here it is. Walk us through this.
This video
Jeffy,
is the timeline of the happenings of that day. It's compressed down to 4 minutes, and it will tell you on the screen if you're watching on Blaze TV exactly what's happening. Of course, viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, because you hear sounds of.
And so here on May 24th, surveillance video shows a truck crash near Robb Elementary. That's our shooter. So it shows him crashing. The gunman in the crash vehicle fires 3 shots at 2 men who approach the crash scene. Somebody's coming up to help him. He fires shots at him.
Do we have the audio?
They run away.
There's no audio yet.
Yeah, there's audio.
Okay. Then a teacher calls 911 to report the gunman.
And the kids are running. The kids are getting away.
Wow. Jeez. So he's still outside the building at this point.
Correct. And now he begins shooting in the school parking lot or at the school
which
parking
you can hear.
All right. Okay, so there he is.
Pause it for a second.
Okay, so
now we were told, we've been told in the months since this happened, that there was a police officer with him in his sights. He had the shooter in his sights and then asked a supervisor if he could take the shot, never got an answer,
gone.
And so he didn't.
And then the kid was gone. It was out of his sights. Yeah,
Yep.
Instead of taking the shot. Because we see now all the actions that was taking place outside of the school. It was... he should have been shot. If the shot was available, it should have happened. If that was actually true, if that's true.
You knew he wasn't bringing the gun to the school for show and tell. He was actually using it.
Right.
He had bad intent, and they didn't put him down,
right.
Unfortunately.
So then we move to the footage of him coming into the school and in the school.
And here he is
from the school campus.
At 11:33 a.m., he entered the school. And you see him there with his rifle.
Backpack, his ammo, his flak jacket, all of it. And he's just walking down the hall.
Pretty chilling.
Nobody in the hall. And then you see at the bottom of the screen, a little kid comes out and comes around the corner. And the gunman starts shooting. And the little kid, of course, takes off. The gunman fires his AR-15 into 2 classrooms for 2.5 minutes. More than 100 rounds.
More than 100 rounds were fired at this point. My gosh.
I know. So now, 3 minutes later...
3 minutes later, police enter the building.
There's at least 5 or 6 officers. 3 right away come up close to the doorway, and then there's 3 or 4 more that come in.
There's 6 visible now. 6.
And so there's a
7.
couple down at the school at the door that he went in. And this guy is trying to get into that room. He's opening the room. They're preparing to enter the room. They appear to be getting ready to have at least 1 or 2 cops enter right away, because they don't know if he's going to come out of the room or what's going to happen. But they're looking to get in, and this is 3 minutes later. So I feel like this is a not a bad timeline, a terrible timeline here. Mm-hmm. And so they're attempting to, and then he realizes they're trying to get in the room.
And he shoots at him. And we're about to hear that.
Yes.
In just a minute.
They're down there.
There it is. So they run.
So now
they run down the hall.
I think this guy got wounded. I think the one police officer got shot here. But now they're back, and they all pulled back.
And they stay back. Pause it for a second. Now we're 19 minutes later, They've done nothing except stand at the end of the hallway, well away from him. And then 31 minutes later,
the tactical team is there with the shields and the guns are there.
Yeah.
Now 31 minutes.
Okay.
Since the 3 minute or
since
like
he
3
came
to
into
5
the building.
minutes. Right. Well, yeah, since he came into the building. But I mean, there were, at that time when that first attempt to get in the room and where he got shot and then they all backed off. I mean, that was at that point. I feel like they all just went, oh, well, we can't do anything. We're done. He shot at us. He shot back at us.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Nobody knows.
So they've called the tactical team now, and we're at 31 minutes now with the heavily armed officers in the school. And they're down the hall from.
And they got shields.
Yeah.
And guns.
But they're not trying to rescue. They're not going into the schoolroom.
36 minutes later, 48 minutes later, they're still in the same place.
And they hear more gunshots being fired. More rounds being fired in the schoolroom, in the classroom.
Still do nothing. They still do nothing. You can't take the shield and go? Now they finally start. I mean, what was the reason they started at this point? Why didn't you do this a long time ago?
Right. 57 minutes now. We're standing in front of the door with all these armed officers. Okay. More gunshots being fired. 77 minutes later, we're at the point now where
they finally took him out.
They get to the classroom and they breach the classroom and take care of the gunman.
77 minutes later.
I mean,
wow. Bizarre.
It's just
really hard to understand.
That timeline between the first shots of the officers there.
Okay,
yeah. I mean, that's the end of the video from Statesman Video, who put the timeline together. Thank you. But that timeline from the 3 to 4 minutes there when they first were attempting to breach and getting shot at, and then nothing is really embarrassing.
Yeah.
And it's horrific, right? I mean, 19 children lost their lives.
Yep. 19 children, 2 adults. And I think we're all concerned with our well-being when there's a shooter around. But
Absolutely.
These guys have been trained. This is what they do. This is their job that they signed up for. They've got the Kevlar vests. They have the shield. They've got AR-15s or whatever rifle they were using. There is plenty of protection. And how many wasn't it 17 cops in the hallway at one time?
Well, I mean, a lot. It was a large number.
And yet
we could
they
stop
wait
and count them.
77 minutes before they do anything. It's incredible.
I mean, in that time frame, when you first see all the heavily armed police officers there at the 57-minute mark, the parents are outside saying, "Let's go!
Yeah.
I'm going to go in and get my children," and they're being detained.
Yep,
throughout this whole time.
Some of them were tased. They were put in handcuffs. They were threatened with arrest. I mean. None of this makes any sense.
I know.
It just doesn't make any sense. It's really unfortunate. And, I mean, that's such an understatement.
I know. I mean,
they could have prevented a lot of this. Well, they could have prevented all of it had they put him down outside the school when they had him in their sights. Shoot him! He's been shooting at people.
Right.
Kill him there.
He's already attempted to take people's lives.
Yeah.
I mean, right from the get-go, right? He crashed his truck, got out, people were coming up to try to help him. He started shooting them.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That is compelling video.
I don't know,
and damning video, sadly, for the police.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I appreciate it.
We do. We defend them all the time. It's virtually impossible to defend them in this situation. They heard the gunshots going off and stood there still doing nothing. I don't know.
I don't know either. And I keep thinking about the one girl. I mean, these kids that survived this are,
messed
screwed
up
forever.
Yep.
But I keep thinking about the one girl that talked about how she covered herself in her friend's blood and laid there knowing that I got to pretend I'm dead. Holy cow.
That's going to affect you for life.
Holy cow.
Yeah. For something
no
that
one
was
no one should
preventable.
ever have to do that, let alone this child.
And here we have the Democrats now trying to figure out all kinds of ways they can take people's guns so that this never happens again. No, this was totally preventable with what we have today, with the laws in place, with the gun laws we have. It all could have been avoided. But you got the incorrect decisions of human beings involved, which is why this is so hard to stop every single time. All right, let me tell you about Omega XL. There are 360 joints in our bodies that take a beating with daily activity and, of course, through the aging process. For me, I tried everything before I found Omega XL, and nothing worked to calm down the inflammation in my left arm. And finally, well, let me try the Omega XL. I mean, it's all natural, but maybe it'll work. And it did. Once it built up in my system for about a week, I started to feel relief, and then after 2 weeks, the pain was gone. And it has not returned. So I take the Omega XL because of the science. We produce SPMs when we're young, which are nature's way of keeping your joints healthy, but as we age, we don't produce enough of them. Omega XL can restore your SPMs and rejuvenate your joints and muscles. Order Omega XL right now, and you'll get a second bottle for free. OmegaXL.com/Pat. That's OmegaXL.com/Pat. Or just call them at 1-800-844-4888.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Indeed. Cloudy with a chance of inappropriate showers. Tweets. So that lady with all the plastic surgery says she had body dysmorphia. Why aren't all these gender identifying people diagnosed with gender dysmorphia? Well, that's what they used to call it.
Yeah.
Now it's just, seeking your real self, I guess. I don't know. But yes, until very recently, all of those things, trans people were identified as having a mental issue. But now it's the greatest thing that could ever happen. And they'll help you make the transition without your parents even knowing. Curb My Enthusiasm tweets, the new version of the war on women is genocide, turning boys into girls and shaming girls to think less of themselves. I may be crazy, but it's like we're on the way to a genderless society. New tactic towards communism.
Nope, you're crazy.
Yeah. Well, it just may be a lunatic you're looking for, though. You know what I mean? You may be right.
You may be right.
She may be crazy. But again, it just might be a lunatic you're looking for.
A classic Billy Joel for you coming at you.
Devin Crossley tweets, the officer standing around doing nothing is damn ridiculous. And why would an officer need to ask if he can take a shot? Yeah, just take this stinking shot, would you please? From Joe McCullough, just before the end of the video. Oh, yeah, we got to show you this. But Joe brings this up, and it's a good point. We just saw this on Fox. They highlighted this particular portion. Watch what one of the police officers does as they're standing around. I think this is the 57-minute
the 57-minute mark.
And there it is. He walks over to the hand sanitizer dispenser and sanitizes his hands.
We got to sanitize my hands. I mean,
yeah, it's like taking a little lotion break. You know, I got to, oh, man.
Nothing better to do here at the end of the hallway.
This rifle I'm carrying has a lot of germs on it. There's been too many people handling it.
Oh, man.
So let me just sanitize while I'm thinking of it. That is embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
I know.
Get down the hall and put this shooter down.
Get down there. What are you doing?
In the head. And let's end this.
And that's what the parents were saying outside. What are you doing?
Right. And if you're not going to do anything about it, let me do
I
something
will.
about it. Give me a shield. I'll go in there right now. A shield and a gun's all I need.
And to be honest, none of those parents would have asked for a shield. They would have gone in to get their children.
Yeah. But would have been logical to ask for a shield.
I understand.
It'd be fine to ask for a shield. Hey, just let me go and save my kids.
Fine, I'll take a shield.
It is interesting, though. He fired so many shots right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, I mean, after 77 minutes, was there anybody even left to save? I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, people did survive.
I guess. And he could have walked down the hall and shot up another schoolroom.
Yes.
The whole thing is just too bizarre to even get your head around it. Just so weird.
That's for sure.
One thing after another that we were told at the very beginning. Yeah, no, it didn't happen that way. That didn't either. No, that didn't happen. Wow.
Did you know that we are close to having a railroad strike?
No.
Did you know that?
No.
I didn't either. And it was pointed out to me yesterday that we are close, unless President Biden, this administration, although I wonder what our transportation secretary is doing. Pete Buttigieg, isn't that what he's supposed to be taking care of?
I think he's nursing his baby right now. Didn't they just adopt?
Oh,
yeah,
that's
he's
right.
nursing his baby.
That's right. I thought he was back from that, but maybe.
No, I think he went back on a second round.
If you think that there's shortages of goods now,
yeah. Oh,
wait till the railroad strikes.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, I guess there's a way for Biden. He can appoint a presidential emergency board. And if he does that by Monday, then they can't strike and they have to go through a whole process of mediation for at least another 30 days, something like that. But holy cow. I don't know what the deal is, but there's just another example of something this administration is screwing up.
There's a couple of those. There's a couple of those examples.
The workers are upset. They've been working without a contract, and
for 3
they
years.
should get what they deserve. Absolutely, they should get what they deserve. And it's a tough job. I will say, it's a tough job, and I wish they'd build more rail bridges in my neighborhood, so I don't have to wait for the trains.
Oh.
Well, that's just me, though. That's just me.
I haven't waited this many times for trains to cross your intersection since I was a little kid and driving with my parents around Helena, where they, back in the day when they still did rail travel.
They didn't even have the bars. You had to watch out for the trains.
A lot of times, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my dad was hit by a train.
What?
My dad was hit by a train, and yes, threw him 300 or 400 yards, totaled the car, got hurt really bad. Yeah,
in the car.
Yeah, he was in the car and got hit by a train.
All right. Because you get hit by a train without a car in it.
He lived, Pat. Wow. Stood in front of the tracks. No, I mean, he was, there was no crossing.
Oh, wow.
There's a train there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway. Here, there's plenty of trains. The train service comes through Fort Worth, DFW area. A lot.
Yeah, we have a lot of rail travel here.
Huge train
So if
yard
that
in
shut
Fort
down,
Worth.
you got to believe we're in a world of hurt.
Oh, my gosh.
Be like the truck shutting down completely again. Be terrible. Really
you watch
bad.
those coal cars coming in and out on those trains. I don't know that, but that provides a lot of power for this neck of the woods. And
for every neck of every woods. Coal is still, 40 or 45% of our energy.
Man, do I hate those damn fossil fuels.
Oh, man.
You know how
if we could only
am?
Get rid of the fossil fuels, everything would be great.
When I'm at that, stopped by that train and I see those coal cars going by, it makes me so angry.
And all you see from politicians is, we got to stop the subsidies from big oil. They get so many subsidies. What? Are you kidding me? To buy an electric car, they give you $7,000 right off the top. And they subsidize solar and wind 25 to 1 over oil.
Which is why states like Texas has been involved in doing the solar and the wind, because they've been getting subsidies for that.
Right.
And they've been lied to on what those particular solar and wind energy is going to provide, because they never provide what they claim they're going to provide.
Yeah.
I mean, it's agonizing.
It is. And what they're thought to provide is about 3 or 4% of our energy. They don't even get there.
Can't even do that.
They don't even get there.
Well, I mean, they could. If you have solar, you can't predict when it's going to be night.
No, who could predict that? I mean, the sun's 93 million miles away. You can't tell when that's going to set.
Oh, it's not 93
I don't know what it's
miles
gonna
away
do.
from Texas. I'll
no,
tell you
it's
that.
38 miles away from Texas. 93 million from the rest
Oh,
of it.
okay.
Yeah. See, there it is right there illustrated for you.
Pat Gray. Pat Gray returns on the Blaze Radio Network.
Our disaster, catastrophe of a president is in Israel right now for what Fox is calling a high-stakes Mideast trip. Yeah, the stakes are high. He's trying to beg the Saudis. His next stop, I think, is eventually one of his stops, Saudi Arabia, where he's going to beg them to increase oil production for us.
Yep.
Because we have no oil here in the United States. It's weird. Completely oil-free. Oil and natural gas, I don't know. I guess the good Lord didn't think we'd need any here, and so he didn't provide any for us under our surface. So,
well,
I mean, other than a bigger oil reserve than any other country on this planet, other than that, we've got no oil, and we keep finding more all the time.
Huh?
You know, so. Huh. I mean, that Bakken Reserve in North Dakota is just gigantic. Gigantic. It changed North Dakota's economy, really, for forever.
Forever.
Probably forever.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's
he's over there.
He's over
I'm
there.
sure. I think I'm pretty sure I read where he's gonna, for sure has to stop off and see the Palestinians and say hello to them.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
How you guys doing? Everything okay?
Hey, look, I'm pretending to be an ally of Israel, but you guys know better than that, right?
You know that.
We're pulling one over on them right now, these stupid people with their 5 elections in 2 years.
My predecessor, I know they set up that embassy in Jerusalem.
Right, in Jerusalem. That was a big deal. But
we're going to set one up just for you anyway.
Right.
So we'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
I got you covered.
And sure, yesterday I sent an airstrike to kill one of the top ISIS leaders in Syria. That was just a reminder that, hey, I'm coming over.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be over in your neck of the woods.
Plus, that's nothing to do with you guys. I love you guys.
No.
So there you go. For some reason, New York is running some nuclear preparedness ads.
They released this video, this PSA, their public service announcement. And it's okay. I mean, why?
When you find out how you're going to be kept safe by this ad, you're going to feel so safe and secure in New York.
Remember how unsafe you felt 100? Well, it wasn't even 100 years ago when they told you to duck and cover.
Yeah,
for
like
those of you
60 years ago.
When they told you we'd
get under the desk at
kids
school.
had to practice.
Yeah.
My grandfather used to tell me about kids having to practice in school and getting under their desks and stuff. You know, the duck and cover campaign, and you don't have to do that anymore.
No, here's what you do. All right, let's get to it.
So there's been a nuclear attack. Don't ask me how or why. Just know that the big one has started. Okay? So what do?
What do we do?
There are 3 important steps that I want you to remember.
Okay.
Step 1, get inside fast.
Good advice.
You, your friends, your family, get inside.
Get inside.
And no, staying in the car is not an option.
But that's
you need
inside.
To get into a building and move away from the windows.
All right. Number 2.
Step 2.
Stay inside.
Shut all doors and windows.
Very helpful. Wow.
Have a basement?
Okay. No, I don't. There's no such thing here.
If you don't have one, get as far into the middle of the building
into the middle
as
of the building. All right, gotcha.
It's like
if
a tornado.
you were outside after the blast, get clean immediately.
Get clean.
Remove and bag all outer clothing to keep radioactive dust or ash away from your body.
Plus, cleanliness
Step
is
3.
next to godliness.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Follow media for more
Wow,
information.
brilliant.
Don't forget to sign up for Notify NYC for official
All right, so there it is.
Can we pause that for just
pause
a second?
it so I can see the advice.
I know.
Go back to the still shot if you would, Rob, because it's important.
It is.
I don't want to get this wrong.
We need to break this down.
Yeah.
Very
it was
important.
Pretty complex. So let us try to break it down for you. Okay, step 1.
And I'm not laughing at this because this is very important information.
Get inside fast. Number 2, that means you go into a building.
Yeah, we're not talking about your car.
No, this is a building of some sort or a house, if you will.
A structure, yeah, good structure.
A structure of some kind. Get in it.
Fast.
Number 2, stay inside. Because it's not enough just to go in and then come right back out.
You don't want to go? Isn't it time to go for a walk?
No, it's not. It's not. If the dog needs a walk, don't worry about it right then.
Okay.
Walk it around your living room or whatever. But if you have a basement, which we don't, and neither does anybody else in Texas, go to the basement. If not, just find the innermost part of your house.
Because if the nuke's going off, you want to be in the pantry.
Right.
That's where
I'd be, in my pantry. So you get inside, stay inside, and then stay tuned. Stay tuned. So turn on your radio.
Because if the nuke goes off,
there's going to be a lot of working radio stations.
Information is going to be everywhere.
Flowing out.
Everywhere. And also, what you want to do is hop in the shower and let that radiation water roll all over you to get clean and wash it right off. That's what you need.
Good safety tips right there.
Get
inside
right now.
Like the bomb can't get there, and neither can the fallout. The radiation will not penetrate any of those walls.
No.
Don't worry about it. You're gonna be fine. If the blast radius hasn't killed you and you are inside, you're going to be completely protected. So
there you go.
That's great.
My PSA would be, don't ask me how or why. We've just been hit by a nuke.
Okay.
Run toward the light as fast as you can.
So that you're killed instantly rather than die from radiation poisoning later on.
In fact, if you can,
that's a good tip.
Get in an automobile and get faster toward the light. Okay, use that to arrive faster toward the light. Yeah, you want to get there faster.
So is yours
3?
Oh, you do have 3. Okay. 3?
Stay tuned. I'm the same as them. I mean, I can't. You don't want to get rid of being stay tuned.
You don't?
No, you want to keep the radio on in the car.
Won't you be dead by the time 3 comes around? Because, weird. All right. That is some sound advice coming from New York. And Jeff, as a matter of fact. So you pick which one, because they're a little bit different, as you may have noticed. New York's advice differs somewhat from Jeffy's approach.
Just a tad. I mean,
it's stupid, isn't it?
Are we in the race to...
Yeah, well, and why the
now?
nuclear? Yeah, I guess because Putin's making all this noise about nukes. I don't know. I don't know why they're doing that. Because we haven't done that for
long time.
Way before the Cold War ended. I mean, I know we did that in school when I was a kid, but that was a few years ago.
Honestly, I don't remember.
It was the early 2000s. When I was in grade school. Early 2000s.
It just pulled the plug on that movement in the early 2000s.
No, I really haven't seen this since the early 70s when we were in school?
I don't think...
Late 60s?
Were we still doing it? I don't think we were doing it, actually. I mean, we joked around about my grandfather doing it, but it really was. I don't think we were still doing it. We knew about it.
Yeah. I mean, I do remember the get under your desk
the
thing.
duck and cover stuff, but I don't know that we actually practiced it. You know, I can't remember.
Yeah,
I'm not. Number of
that was a while ago.
Medications.
It was over 15 years ago, so it's been a while. So I can't remember.
To remember that.
You can't. Nobody can.
Silly. I don't understand why I guess that's why, right? I mean, they actually think it's going to happen now.
Well, with this buffoon in office, who knows? Yeah, who knows?
That's a good point.
Meantime, let me tell you about Birch Gold. You know what's never good is when your nation's supposed authority on economic policy completely misses the flashing red lights of impending inflation. And that's what happened with Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary. She's finally admitted there have been unanticipated and large shocks to the economy that have boosted energy and food prices. No! And supply bottlenecks that affected our economy badly that I didn't at the time fully understand, she said. You know who understood the real threat of inflation? People who invested in gold and silver with Birch Gold Group. They're protecting their savings from a highly turbulent economy by diversifying their 401ks or IRAs into gold, physical gold. And it's not too late for you to take action. What you need to do is text PAT to 989-898 and get your free info kit on diversifying and protecting your savings with precious metals. This will give you all the information you need to make an informed decision and decide for yourself if this is right for you. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, countless 5-star reviews, and thousands of satisfied customers, text PAT to 898 to 989-898. 989-898 and get real help from Birch Gold today. Again, that's PAT. Text PAT to 989-898 to claim your free, no obligation info kit on protecting your savings with gold.
Pat Gray.
Hey, didn't LeBron just speak out yesterday about the Brittney Griner situation?
I know you've been waiting for The Shop season 5 to come back on.
Oh,
and the
have I ever? I know. So, what is The Shop? What is that? Is it something you're watching? Of course it is. It's being broadcast.
You can't tear me away from The Shop.
Is it about basketball?
Yeah.
Okay.
And LeBron is
the star.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so he has weighed in on the Brittney Griner case.
I've been waiting for that.
And he weighed in, of course, during the promo for The Shop.
Oh, of course. Sure.
And,
okay.
So
it's sincere. You know it's sincere when it comes from the promo of the
Shop.
The Shop, which is his show. Okay.
As far as I know, it's his show. I got to make sure.
White people, they're collecting black art. Have you had to explain that ever to collectors?
It's not the responsibility of black folks to use their work as a teaching tool.
Brittney Griner, she is in Russia. She's been there
over 110 days. Now, how can she feel like America has her back? I would be feeling like, do I even want to go back to America?
No, not saying you're going to be twice as good to get half as much. I always didn't like that saying. So I said, I just want to be twice as good because I want to be twice as good.
As a forward, you take risks all the time. If you're not taking risks, you're doing something wrong.
That's LeBron's show.
The Shop.
Yeah, it is LeBron's
Wow,
show.
Did that look fascinating. How badly do you want to... I just want to stop the show right now and go home and watch The Shop. It looked that compelling. Didn't it?
I mean, I'm ready to subscribe to HBO. Oh, wait, I already have it, so never mind.
All right.
So, I mean...
So, he said if he were her... it wouldn't even be... He might reconsider coming back to the U.S.
Yeah.
That was the comment.
How could she feel like America has her back? I'd be feeling like, do I even want to go back to America?
Okay.
Would you, LeBron?
But also, who's at fault for that? LeBron?
Yeah.
Is it your precious Democrats? Yeah. Yes, it is. It's... Let's see. Somebody's in office with a D after their... Oh, Joe Robinette Biden. That's right. What's he done for her? Nothing.
Well, we don't know. I mean, we don't. They may be working behind the scenes.
We know she's not released.
Well, we do know that, but we know. I mean, look, you can't. That's a tough deal to negotiate that out, right? Because you don't want people to start kidnapping other Americans around the world for hold hostage from America.
No, that's why you need to insist that you send her back right now, and that's the day after it happens.
Agreed.
Or the day it happens.
Agreed. But I will
send her back now.
I will say that I enjoyed, and I think I agree with Nick Searcy, who joined us on this show not long ago, had tweeted out, tell you what, at Joe Biden, occupation releases the January 6th political prisoners who have been held in a D.C. gulag for 18 months without bail. Maybe then I'll give a damn about some basketball player who hates America who is in jail in Russia because of her drug habit.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That's another approach.
She admitted it.
Mm-hmm.
She admitted to guilt.
Did she? Or was she told that she'll be given a more lenient sentence if she says she was guilty?
Okay.
I don't know. Frankly, I don't even know that she had it on her. I don't trust the Russians.
I don't either.
Especially since I think that they were fully retaliating against us for our support of Ukraine.
Agreed.
And who knows?
She made the choice that her salary here in the United States is above average, by the way, wasn't good enough. And we had to travel to another country to enhance her salary, to play the game that she is so good at. And now, if you believe that she actually did have the drugs and, that she was transporting them, she should have known the rules, should have known the law. And it isn't America. And maybe maybe LeBron would appreciate America more. I don't know. It just these people are very frustrating to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
She was one of the first ones to take a knee and not come out during the national anthem and badmouth America.
That's right.
Well, okay, you badmouth, and I get that that's your right. That's part of being an American. You get to do that. I know. Still, now you're on bended knee hoping that, dear Mr. President, I know you're so busy.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Don't forget about me over here in jail.
Unbelievable. Her annual salary is she averages $221,515.
Like I said, that's a little bit more than about
$221,000 a year. So, and then she supplements that by going to Russia, and playing there. And so, good safety tip: don't carry hashish oil with you.
If you
play basketball,
and if you believe that she actually was carrying it, right?
Yes, exactly.
I understand the possibility of that actually not being true, because I don't want to believe it either. I want to believe that it was a whole setup.
Yeah,
but I just know what happened.
But who knows?
She said.
Who knows? By the way, this says her net worth is $17 million. So, somewhere along the way, she's making more than $221,000 a year.
Yeah, well, she was getting paid a big chunk of change to play basketball in Russia, plus, endorsements.
Yeah. So she's not hurting. Well, she is now because she's in a Russian jail.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, but if she gets back to the States, man, just think of what she could make on hawking hashish oil.
I'm sure she could make quite a living with that. If you're in her neighborhood, then she could make a lot, right?
That's been a long time.
You'd have a built-in customer right there.
Been a long time, but if she's got some, I may stop by.
But it is agonizing. Almost everything LeBron James does is agonizing. I mean, he is stupid, but stupid. And believes he knows everything. That's the thing.
Does.
He's arrogant, and he thinks he knows everything.
He sure does.
But every time he opens his mouth, you realize this guy doesn't know anything.
I mean, how many times in some of those press conferences, you read a book, and just with his arrogance, he's like the Berkeley professor. Except the Berkeley professor actually is a professor of law, which is, I don't know, what's worse.
Wow, yeah.
The high school graduate who went right to the NBA or the Berkeley law professor, but both of them are arrogant, wonderful people.
And LeBron is very anti-police, it seems, and believes that they kill every black man they possibly can. It's just stupid.
Well, I mean, you talk about, we talk all the time about why they want to educate the kids and educate in the schools of, why would they be doing that in schools?
Because we led the children.
Yeah. I mean, we had the video, the video of the kids' interaction with the police.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That
in St. Paul?
Incredible footage. And I want to be angry at the kids, but it's not the kids because these are toddlers. And I mean, this is coming from adults in their
all right.
in their world.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Oh, there's other strong.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at that. That is unbelievable.
Right?
Little kid hitting a police officer over and over again, calling him the B word.
And other words.
And other things. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you're right. That's not on the kid.
That is not, that is not on that toddler. I'm sorry, no.
Wow. That's really bad. Obviously, there's some talk of police and the fact that there are
issues with them.
It's not necessarily positive talk about the police in his home.
But when the police are in their neighborhood, they're there to issue warrants and arrest people. So I guess it kind of makes a tad bit of sense.
Oh, jeez. So that started early at a really early age. What is that kid? Maybe 4 or 5?
Maybe. I think he's
3,
than that. Yeah.
4. I don't know.
I mean,
he's not very old.
I know this is another lifetime and everything, but I couldn't imagine. I would just take it to my kids, let alone me, let alone just me. But I couldn't imagine what I would do to my children if they disrespected another human being, let alone a police officer like that.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
And they've already started the process of making it so that when they do have an encounter with police officers, it's going to be a negative experience.
Correct.
Big time, because they come in with that attitude, with that hatred, that because police have already been demonized in their mind.
Right.
There's no chance that they can have positive interactions with police. That's incredible. That tells you a lot, right there.
It's right there. I know.
Right there.
I know.
Wow. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Trump-backed Georgia Senate candidate Herschel Walker made some interesting statements about air quality and climate change during a campaign speech. He's said some things over the last few months that had a little head scratching, really. And I'm just hoping he can hold on to the lead that he had. I think
he's Herschel Walker.
I think he's tied with Warnock now. But the Daily Beast reported, and that's a horrible site, but they reported Walker's staff no longer trusts a candidate when speaking off script. No, they won't write this about Biden, though. I guarantee you.
Right.
I guarantee it. During a speech recently, he said, we need energy for everything. They would talk about the Green New Deal, climate change. I'm going to help y'all with that real quick. We in America have some of the cleanest air, the cleanest water of anybody in the world. Then he questioned the amount of money going toward changing the trajectory of climate change, arguing China and India put nothing cleaning that situation up. So China and India put nothing cleaning that situation up. He claimed that the U.S. is not being polluted by our citizens, but rather, since we don't control the air, our good air decided to float over China's bad air. So when China gets our good air, their bad air got to move.
I mean, facts are facts, Pat. I don't know what you're. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So keep that in mind. When China's bad air floats under our good air, their bad air got to move. Done.
I mean,
perfect. What more need be said? I don't think anything.
Nothing.